Hey guys, Rob Murphy from Holistic Healing Choices here. Now, one of my favourite YouTube channels, of recent moments anyway, has been Leon Lush, who's come under fire recently because, boy, hasn't he hit a big issue with people. So, Leon Lush, of the channel Leon Lush, his name's not actually even Leon, I don't think, has come under fire for his comments about toilet seats and the toilet seat etiquette. Most sane, relevant people would take that as a joke, which I'm sure it most obviously is. A little bit of a seriousness in there, equality with the toilet seat and whatnot. But he is a YouTube comedian and he does a lot of comedy stuff. So I'm sure he's absolutely loving this and would love to push it even a bit further so he can put this into his Brainworm series. But it gets you thinking, all these people talking about this little issue because he's brought up something here that doesn't quite agree with them, doesn't match their version of equality. Men have it so much easier, why should I have to put a toilet set up for them, sort of thing. And it's, when do we become so thin-skinned that we can't even take a joke like this, something like this, without relating it to our struggle? It's wow, we're comparing apples and oranges, which one person actually did on there, quite a famous person, and he was quite happy about that one, I think, getting that reaction, because it pushes the screw, it pushes that narrative too, that these people can't handle waking up in the morning, sort of thing. Waking up in the morning, he's going to victimise these people to some degree. And where is our resilience in the world? Time and time again, is this going to be a big issue, 2 days down the track, 5 days, a week, a year down the track? Are we still going to be worrying about him and his fragile masculinity, toxic, blah, 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 and all these other fucking catchwords that we get out of these people, mostly on Twitter? Which is going to be very interesting seeing what happens with their speech now that, it's run by someone who may not agree totally with their point of view. So I'm looking forward to seeing the silencing of the inaudible screeching that goes on there. But also too, why is cancel culture such a huge thing? If you don't agree with my point of view, you must be shut down. It absolutely boggles my mind how much this stuff still exists, yet achieves nothing at the end of the day. I know so many people who have tried to cancel Jordan Peterson, or seen so much things about that, trying to cancel him, and he just keeps coming back stronger and stronger because he's got anybody with half a working brain seems to agree, or can let him have his viewpoint while they still have theirs. They don't need the inaudible screeching. Another case in point is the Black Panther movie that's coming out, Wakanda Forever. One of the main actresses in that wasn't for vaccinations. So everybody wanted to silence her, get her off the movie, basically tie her up, put her on the train tracks and wait while they twirl their little devilishly gender non-binary fucking mustaches or whatever. All because she doesn't believe in it. And, rightly so. I'm not a big believer in this current batch of vaccines because all it's done is make me fucking sick, and I still caught the virus anyway. Not very useful to me. So, and a whole host of other people that I've seen with very huge side effects from it. But getting back to the point, it wasn't just she's just doing her. It's no, we have to ruin her life because she doesn't subscribe to the main storyline that we're fucking having at the moment. And I'm sorry for swearing too, but this is just one of those things that really gets me. And another one recently was Lizzo. I think she used the word, now this is just coming straight from my wife, she used the word spaz in one of her songs. Now spaz, meaning spastic, is a term that Australia uses to somewhat describe people with a disability. We have an actual thing called the Spastic Centre, I remember. And I always thought it was just a colloquial term for someone who, was uncoordinated, very uncoordinated, or did silly things as a kid. Because I know I used that word as a kid growing up before I even knew better. She had to change that word But then people were still upset, even though she said, oh, sorry, wasn't aware that that was a thing. I'll change the word, change the lyric in my song. But people are still at her because she did this. And I've known many, many times in the media before when someone said something like that. And everybody's out for their throat because they've got to push their agenda. Like, I mean, were the people upset with Lizzo's song, Australian, going for her throat like that? Because I don't know anybody who actually listens to Lizzo a lot, so I haven't seen it myself, but these people are out there, mostly on Twitter, which is a human cesspool of whatever. I'm trying to distance myself as much as I can from it, and my mental health is probably a lot better for it. But why are we so thin-skinned these days? Or certain sections of the population, and why have we got to go into bat for the other people? Do people who can be classed as spastic really care that an American R&B singer, I guess, has said spaz, the shortened colloquial version of it, in a song, and meaning something completely different too? South Park is always a classic example, and I love the way that they explain things. There was an episode where they had the loud bikers, and I can't remember the word. I know it was a homosexual slur that they used. And they were like, no, let's change the word to mean loud, annoying bikers, rather than it actually meaning anything against homosexuals. Because, hey, we like homosexuals, and I mean, I'm in the same boat. I do use gay as a word. I know I'm in my 30s and I'm still saying that's gay sort of thing, but I don't actually mean, I have to change my wording. It's just a thing that's been ingrained in me in society here for ages. And it's something I want to change in myself, but I mean no disrespect to that. And I know people would actually these days try and cancel me if I had any sort of status in society, as well as all that. So it's just exhausting trying to keep up with this. And the people who are doing this, yelling, this inaudible screeching for all these cancellations, all of this whatever, don't you get tired? Don't you get tired of just being a knob? Just absolute bellend. Just there's no other way to describe it. Like, what is your motivation? What are you hoping to achieve? What are you hoping to change? Like Lizzo said, sorry, and changed the song lyric, but you're still going after her in all this. Like, isn't that enough? Isn't that being brought to her awareness and that being like made public enough for you? Like, what else do you expect? Do you want a little medal ceremony for I am an internet hero? What are you trying to achieve with that? Once people know better, they do better. In most cases, as I said with myself, I catch myself and I say, no, that's actually shit, not gay. Because it's bad. And yeah, gay people are pretty cool in my books. I don't care so much about that. I'm not saying I don't care about them, but like, if you're gay, you're gay. I don't care. Do you? It's just one of those things that really grinds my gears a bit. It's like, why can't you see the other point of view or just let things be? Like, with this Leon Lush thing, it was like, what the hell? It seriously made me giggle the whole way through. Because if you can't laugh at things like that, then you've got a serious problem, and you need to have a bit of a look inward as to why is this triggering me. Not just, you should respect my triggers, but once again, it's fucking victim mentality all over. So, I'm Rob Murphy. Stop being a fucking victim. Do something positive for society. And like, share, subscribe this video.